This is Amud Yomi Gemara Berachos Daf Yurches Amud Beis. We're holding on the very bottom of Yurches Amud Aleph as we try to figure out whether the deceased actually know what's going on in this world. And we concluded 3 lines at the bottom that the Mesim in their death, in their death are called Chayim HaMesim Einu Yodei Me'uma, but Ki HaChayim Yoidim she'amusu is what? Tzadikim she'bisasam nikru chayim. So says the Gemara one more time, ki achayim she'yodim she'amusu, the living know they will die, tzadikim refers to tzadikim, that what? She'bisasam, that in their death nikru chayim. Shenemar. As the pasuk says, 2 lines in the bottom, the Gemara now is going to prove that which Rav Chia just taught us, which is what? That the tzaddikim are considered chayim, living, even after their death. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Ben Yoyada ben Ishchai, Ben Yoyada, the son of a living man, Rav Poli Mikavsel, many achievements from a place called Kavsel. Huika Shnei Ariel Mayav, he struck down the 2 generals of Mayav who yard, and he went down because Ari b'toch Habar b'yoyim hashelik, and he went down and he killed a lion in a pit on a snowy day. So that is a pasuk in Shmuel Beis. And now says the Gemara, as we turn over to today's Amud, Tav Yurchesam Beis, let's darshan this pasuk. Says the pasuk, Ben Ishchai, Ben Yahu was the son of a living man. Asks the Gemara, what does that mean? Everyone else is the children of a dead man? Ela Ben Ishchai, you know what it means, the son of a living man. Sha'afilu b'misasai karu chai. That even after his death, he is called living, and that's why Ben Yahu is referred to as the Ben Ishchai, which the truth is, that really concludes our raya. That's what we're looking for to prove to us that the Mesim know what's going on in this world, as they're called Chayim. Rav Pa'alim Mikavsel continues the Gemara Darshi the pasuk. It says Rav Pa'alim of many achievements Mikavsel. Sharib of Kivus Pa'alim La Taira. He increased and he had many achievements in Taira. Continues the pasuk, V'uika Shnei Ariel Mayav, and he struck down the 2 commanders. Ariel Mayav Shlo Yiniach Kamaisai. This means that there was no one left over like himself. Lo b'mikdash Rishon, lo b'mikdash Sheni. V'uyarav Ikas Ari b'tech Habar b'yom Hashel. He went down and he killed a lion in a pit on a snowy day. Some say, what does this mean? What this means is he broke through a piece of ice over the water on a winter day. V'nochas v'taval, and he went down, and he was a taivel inside the freezing cold, icy waters. Ika bin Amri, some say, what does it mean? He studied, and he learned the entire Sifra Devei Rav on Yom Sifsa on a winter day. So either he learned the Sifra in the winter, which is more of a figurative way of learning what's going on, or literally, he went down, he chiseled through the ice, and he went to the mikvah in an ice bath. And Rashi explains what's going on over here is that he was a Balkari, and even though there was not yet a Gezerah made about a Balkari learning Torah, he was Mekayim the Gezerah even before it was made. Continues the Gemara, 4 lines, so the medium-sized lines. The Mesim don't know anything. This is the Rishayim. This is the wicked in their life that are called dead. Shenamar. V'atachalal Rasha Nisi Yisrael, the pasuk says, and you are the Chalal Rasha, the corpse of the wicked Nisi Yisrael. V'yiba Yisem Yachar, maybe you can say it's on this pasuk, Al Pishnayim Medim, Al Pishnayim Yumas HaMeis. Says the Gemara, what does it mean Yumas HaMeis? Chayu, he's really alive. Ella HaMeis Beikar, rather it means that because he's going to be put to death, he's considered Meis Meikara even while he is alive. So on one hand, the tzaddikim in their death are called Chayim, and the Rishayim in their life are called Mesim. Continues the Gemara on the first medium-sized line with a lengthy story trying to prove whether the Mesim, whether the dead actually know what's going on in this world. And this, of course, is a piggybacking off of that which we saw in Amud Aleph, which the Gemara there said that yes, the Mesim know what's going on. Says the Gemara, B'nei Rav Chia Navig L'Kriyaita. The children of Rav Chia went out to a village, Yakirli Talmuda, and they hung out there too long. They got too involved in the Gashmias, and they forgot their learning. They were trying to remember what they learned. One of them said to the other, Yoda Avon B'Hai Saira. Do you think our Father knows the pain that we have right now, that we're trying to understand and remember our learning and we don't remember it? The one said, how could our Father know? The Pasuk says, his sons might receive kavod, but the father will not know because the father is no longer around. The other one said, really? He doesn't know. What do you do with the Pasuk that says, that the flesh is going to cause him pain, and his nefesh and his spirit is going to love tevel, will be in avelus. That the rima, the maggots for the mace, are as bad as putting a needle in the living flesh. So we see that the Mesim seemingly do have feelings. So Amri, they said, B'tzari they do yada. They know about their own suffering. The Mesim know their terrible plight that they potentially are in due to their averos, etc. But B'tzari da'achrina liyada, they do not know of the tsar of others. So that is the pshara that the Gemara makes. But ask the Gemara, is this really true? We're 7 lines into the medium-sized lines. The first one in line is the Achrina. V'loi, is this really true? There was a story. He gave tzedakah tanani in a year of famine. And his wife was very upset. How could he give this guy money? We have no money. And what do? He didn't go sleep on the couch. He spent the night in the cemetery. And while he's sleeping in the Beis HaKvaros, he hears 2 ruchais, 2 spirits of 2 children that were nifter, that were talking one to another. Let's go check out the world. And hear from behind the curtain. Let's go check out what's going to be in the world in this year. The other shade, the other spirit said, other ruach, I can't go. Why? I'm buried in a machzeles, a mat of reeds, and therefore I'm not able to go check out what's going on in the world. Her burial tachrichim were in these poor mat of reeds, and therefore she was ashamed. What does that mean? She had busha to go to the world, whatever that means. But one ruach said to the other, "You go, mashat similarly, and tell me what you saw." She goes to Shadabaylam and she roams in the world. She comes back. What did you see? So if you plant in the first planting, hail barad will destroy the crop. So this guy, remember the guy who was sleeping in the Beis HaKvaros after getting stuck and his wife was upset? So he goes back. So he knows not to plant in the first crop due to what he heard these ruchais talking about. Therefore he plants in the second crop. So what happens? Look at that. Lo and behold, the whole world's crops were destroyed due to the barad. But his was not. The next year, he thinks, Gavaldik, I know what I'm going to do this year. Again, they're talking to each other. One says to the other, let's go hear what's going to happen. The one responds, they're not really tell you, I'm not able to, because I'm buried in reeds. You tell me what you heard. She goes, and she comes back. What did you hear? She says, Shamati, this year she goes to Rabbi Ravia Shania. She doesn't Malka. This time, whoever plants in the second time will be blasted by a dry wind. So this guy went and he planted in the first season, in the second season. So his wife wants to know what is going on. How come everyone else, last year everyone's crops were destroyed, and yours was not. This year everyone's were wind blasted, and yours was not. What is going on? So the guy told his wife the whole story. He slept in the Beis HaKvaros. He heard what's going on. 1 year, the next year, etc. Amru, they said 2 lines from the wide lines. Lo it was not many days that till there was a fight between Chassid. This Chassid, the wife, got into a fight with the mother of that child. What child? The spirit that he heard was of a young child that was nifter. So this man's wife and the mother of that child got into a fight. Amra Allah, in the middle of the fight, the wife said, you know what? It was a pretty low blow. You know what? Let me show you your daughter who's buried in a mat of reeds, because she knew this from the whole story. So the next year, And they heard this time the Ruchais talking one to another on the second very wide line. Amr Allah one said to the other, come, let us go look in the world. Year number 3. Amr Allah, she responded, Chavarti nichini, leave me. That which we're talking, Kavar Nishra bin Achayim, it's been heard in the world, meaning they didn't feel it's appropriate to go and do it for a third time. Says the Gemara after this whole long story, Amud Yomi, at the end of the very third wide line, we see that the Mason know what's going on. Says the Gemara, no Raya, Dilma Inish Achrinas Shacha, maybe someone else died, and went and told them. Says the Gemara, okay, let's try to bring another proof on the fourth wide line. Tashema. Chaziri gave some money with a certain lady while he was away learning Torah. Ziri came back, and guess what? He didn't know this lady put the money. So Azal Basra, he followed her lechatzar maves. Unfortunately, this lady died, and Ziri didn't know where his money was. He went and he followed her to the chatzar of maves. Amr Allah. He said to her, Zuzi Hecha, where is the money? He's talking at the grave of this woman. Amrullah, she says, take it from under the pivot of the door in such and such praise. And this mace said, also tell my mother, send me my comb and a tube of cosmetic paint. Which the Rashi explains, this just means she's bemoaning the fact that she was niftaris young. She wanted to give a message to her mother. With so and so is going to die tomorrow. Says the Gemara, Alma Yadi. We see that the Mason know what's going on in this world. They know about what's the next person who's going to die. He's sick, etc. Says the Gemara, no Raya. Maybe the Malach Duma, who's the one that's appointed, the Malach's appointed over the Mesim, came and told her beforehand what's going to happen tomorrow, which person is going to be niftar. So Tashema, the Gemara tries a third proof. The Shmuel's father had the money of Yisrael. When he died, Shmuel was not with him. Therefore, Shmuel did not know where his father put the money of the Yisraelim. People were making fun of Shmuel and saying he's the son of the guy who ate all the money of the Yisraelim because Shmuel didn't know where it was. He went to the cemetery, and he said to him, I want to find my father. They said to him, there are many Abbas. Shmuel responded, There's many of those. Shmuel said, I need Abba who's the father of Shmuel. Where is he? Amruleh, so the Mesim said, he's in the heavenly yeshiva learning Torah. Shmuel saw his friend, the Levi, who was recently nifter, sitting outside the circle of the dead. Amruleh, Shmuel said to him, why are you sitting here? Why are you not with all the other dead people? Why are you on the outside? Why are you not in yeshiva shalmaila? Why are you not learning Torah up in heaven? Amruleh, Levi responded, Amruleh, the reason is, because they said to me, many years, as you do not go to Yeshiva Rav Afis, and you cause Rav Afis pain that you didn't go hear his Torah, you're not going to be allowed to enter into the Mesifta Rakia, the Yeshiva in Shamayim. As Shmuel is talking to Levi, Shmuel's father comes. Shmuel saw that his father was crying and laughing. Shmuel said, why are you crying? Because you're soon going to come here, you're going to die soon. So his father was crying. So Shmuel said, okay. So then why are you laughing? The father said, because you're very chashiv in this world, in the next world. Shmuel said to his father, if I'm so chashiv, then let Levi be entered into the yeshiva shamayla due to my Shmuel's chasim. They brought Levi into the yeshiva. Shmuel said to his father, where's the money of the Yisayimim? Take it from inside the bedstone of the mill. The money on the top and the bottom is ours. In the middle money is the Yisayimim. Shmuel said, why did he make the money this way? He said, because if a ganif would come, he'll take the top money, he'll take the bottom money, he'll take our money, but the Yisayim's money he will not. If the ground deteriorates, if the bottom money is destroyed, our money will be destroyed, but not the Yisayim's. Says the Gemara, and with this we conclude, Amud Yomi. We see that the Mason know what's going on. Says the Gemara again, no raya, Dilma, Shani Shmuel, Tekiva Dechashiv, Kadim Machlis Panu Makom. Because Shmuel was Chashiv, maybe they announced, make place for him, and that's why his father knew that he's going to be Nefter. We'll stop over here and we'll pick it up from Rav Yonasan in the next year of Siyata Dishmaya.